Gosh, guys, I've been trying to come on since 12:40, 12:45 maybe, and I've been having some problems. I wasn't able to log on to do anything. Hello and welcome everyone to the Brucey's All Research channel. We're down to 30,000 views now. We're going to go under the 30,000 views. And as I predicted, 2025, I will not be here. The channel will be down to zero and maybe possibly even taken off because now the revenue is getting hit in ways where I know most people don't give a shit or care, but the channel won't be here forever. And the support that I get from you guys here on YouTube is all that counts. So it's very important that that continues. I appreciate that for your interest. If you're new to the channel, take the time to subscribe to the channel. I worked my ass off on this video, as I do for all the videos. A good 18, 19-minute video of some recent updated news. I even did some digging back to see, this is not even coming out from the UFO reports or even Ross Coulthart. No one's talking about this. I'm digging back to 2003, 2007, 2009. And 2017, right? The truth about those alien alloys. What's funny today, people are saying, finally, they're talking about magnesium and bismuth alloys and what they're using to create UFOs and or parts of the metal fragments that were found. But are there two parts? Are there two beams? Are there two stories? You got Blink 182 that presented a piece, and there's another story about a piece that when you turn it in the light on an angle, you can see some what looks like alien writing there. There's talk of a terahertz model, terahertz wave guide, and I'm going to be talking a lot more and more, and I have been, about what terahertz are and why the UFO story and cover-up story has a lot to do with terahertz and that quantity of mass or power, because it's a large quantity of power that you need to propel a UFO, especially if you are quasi-projecting. We're talking today also about higher spatial dimensions and levels that are around our physical world. And when we say physical world, we should be careful because it doesn't mean those worlds aren't physical or the other dimensions are not. For whatever the reasons, we're not seeing them. Is the government really stockpiling materials? Nobody's talking about this. We talked about this many years ago. I don't even remember this ever having been talked about because they hide it. Is the government really stockpiling materials in a Nevada building that scientists cannot identify? I picked this up in the research I've been doing all week. And this morning, I saw this. What to make of a Las Vegas building full of unidentified alloys? Interesting. A stunning story, right? Revealing that the U.S. Department of Defense, DoD, had between 2007 and 2012. Pause. Those dates, there are also FOIA, Freedom of Information Act requests that were declassified that talk about the Pentagon wanting to do experimentation on the moon, wanting to blast a hole right through the moon to literally experiment with time machine and time travel, teleportation. So between 2007 and 2012, funded a $22 million program for investigating UFOs. The story included 3 revelations that were tailored to blow readers' minds. But back then, in these files, they were not telling us about anything, right? You'd often see sensitive compartmentalized information. You'd see SCI, all these terms that we started learning about, because why would we even know about all these terms, right? So in the redacted, always UFO reports, that we see these black lines that they keep putting up there, blocking all the information from coming out. So $22 million is a lot of money. And this, what I'm reading from right now, did come out in 2017, but talking about, again, a project between 2007 and 2012 to blow people's minds, they say. There's a video I'll be presenting also. I'm going to take 15, 20 minutes to say hello to everyone. I just want to read a little bit of this right now, which will interest people that are coming in to want to click and listen to the news, that listen, and this part not being talked about in the news at all. Many high ranking people in the federal government believe aliens have visited planet Earth. Military pilots have recorded videos of UFOs with capabilities that seem to outstrip all known human aircraft and spacecraft, included, most likely, changing directions, accelerating in ways no fighter jet or helicopter could ever possibly accomplish. In a group of buildings in Las Vegas, the government stockpiles alloys and other materials believed to be associated with UFOs. So now, what I'm also going to show you in the video, just recent information coming out from Ross Coulthard from News Nation, talking exactly about that. Some metal fragments that come from a spacecraft that are not found here on Earth, but have been declared by AARO and the Pentagon as not being extraterrestrial. Why? Well, because they say it's possibly done through a scientific experiment. They left out the mention of the secret project, but most likely has to do a lot with the legacy project. If you're not staying informed with the news and recent updates that are coming out with the UFO stories, you're going to be completely lost. You have people from Tim Burchett, Congressman, representative of Tennessee, Paula Luna, and the pilots, lots of pilots, over 50 plus whistleblowers now that are coming out, and lots more are coming out. More UFO reports to come out either at the end of the summer, the beginning of fall. I'm totally excited about it. And of course, we're going to hear a whole lot of information that's going to come out without a doubt. In a group of buildings in Las Vegas, the government stockpiles alloys and other materials, right? Like maybe alien technology, believed to be associated with UFOs. Points 1 and 2 are weird, but not all that compelling on their own. The world already knew that plenty of smart folks believe in alien visitors like you all, and that pilots sometimes encounter strange phenomena in the upper atmosphere. Phenomena explained by entities other than space aliens, such as a weather balloon, all these terms that we hear all the time, a rocket launch, or even a solar eruption. Point 3, though those buildings full of alloys and other materials, that's a little harder to hand wave away. Is there really a DoD cache full of materials from out of this world? One of the authors of the Times report, Ralph, whoever his last name is, had this to say on the alloys, about the alloys. They have, as we reported in the paper, some material from these objects that is being studied so that scientists can find what accounts for their amazing properties, right? We have some, right? Don't forget the one that's combing the bottom of the ocean, right? Harvard recently talking about there possibly being aliens in the study on the moon and inside of Earth and inside both of the celestial objects. When asked what the materials were, he said they don't know. They're studying it, but it's some kind of compound that they don't recognize. There's also talk about a material that is weightless, yet as solid as steel. Well, the Pentagon, in FOIA requests, that came out again, declassified documents from the Black Vault, if I'm not mistaken. This was about a year and a half ago, not that long ago, talked about exactly that. The Pentagon wanting to do experimentation and to come up with an alloy, I'm going to say alloy, but a material, an element that is extremely solid, like a steel, but that is weightless. Why did they want to do so? So you can see the relationship between just this post from quite a few years ago. It's like 7, 8, 9 years ago. This is pretty crazy when you think of it. I don't think it's plausible, he says, that there are any alloys that we cannot identify. That's important to say, because just now in the news it came out that there's an alloy that they cannot identify on Earth. And you have professionals here almost 10 years ago, saying that it's impossible for us not to be able to identify these metals. Metals are an accumulation of several elements together, right? It's very easy to decipher what these elements are, and you can find out based on the elements, how it formed, what heat was used, how much intensity of heat, etc. And I'm just an amateur talking about this, but so he doesn't believe it's possible that anything that we cannot identify. And this is Richard Sachelman. This is a retired chemist and member of the American Chemical Society's panel of experts. Told Live Science his opinion says that's quite impossible. Alloys are mixtures of different kinds of elemental metals. They're very common. In fact, he says they're more common on Earth than pure elemental metals are, and very well understood. Brass is an alloy, so is steel. Even most naturally occurring gold on Earth is an alloy made up of elemental gold mixed with other metals like silver or copper, right? 8 important elements you've never heard of. There are databases of all known phases of metal, including alloys. May Niman, a professor in the Oregon State University Department of Chemistry, told Live Science. Those databases include straightforward techniques for identifying metal alloys. If an unknown alloy appeared, Niman said it would be relatively simple to figure out what it's made of. For crystalline alloys, those in which the mixture of atoms forms an ordered structure. Listen, this is important, guys. You'll understand why we're talking about alloys once I show you the news. Researchers use a technique called X-ray diffraction, Niman said. The X-ray's wavelength is about the same size as the distance between the atoms of crystalline alloys, Niman said. So that means when the X-rays go into a well-ordered material, they diffract, change shape and intensity. And from the diffraction pattern, you can get information that tells you distance between the atoms, what the atoms are, and how well ordered the atoms are. It tells you all about the arrangement of the atoms. So that's, also interesting. All very standard techniques in research labs. So if we had such mysterious metals, you could take it to any university where research is done at all, and they could tell you what the elements and something about the crystalline phase within a few hours, Niman said, at a school, okay? At a university. There are no alloys that are sitting in some warehouse, he says, that we cannot figure out, right, what they are. In fact, it's pretty simple. And any responsibly good metallurgical grad student can do it for you, he said. It's pretty serious. Niman said that if metals did fall from some mysterious aircraft, some forensics experiments would quickly answer most of the questions about the aircraft. UFO mysteries, these sightings have never been solved. How has the hunk of metal changed? Niman said. From the scientist's perspective, that's the kind of question they should be asking. Maybe if it has to do with world politics and we want to know where the metal comes from, maybe there's some analysis that can lead us to where it was mined, right? If possible, or what country uses that particular alloy, that kind of a thing. And he's bringing up all these possibilities. Again, this is many years ago. If the aircraft had come from space, Niman said, that travel would leave telltale signs in the metal as well. See, they'd be able to know that metal traveled through space, probably at what distances, or maybe not, but what intensity of heat, what speed it was going, how long it's been out there, what different zones it went through in space, whatnot. Listen, I'm no professional. They're talking about it here, saying that even students can do this as well, in the form of space-faring debris and ionization, changes to the electrical charges of the substance's atoms. They can detect all this. As complicated as it sounds, they can detect all these things. Even if a chunk of alloy that hadn't been before did fall to Earth from outer space, both Niman and Sachelman agreed that it wouldn't necessarily, smells like fire, it wouldn't necessarily have come from an alien craft. In fact, Sachelman said, alloys strike the planet regularly, space traversing alloys like those found in fairly common nickel iron meteorites, leaving behind telltale signs. Again, the meteor that wiped out the dinosaurs, if there's another theory, was even identified by the rare earth metals it left behind in certain geological formations in Earth's crust. It's important to point out that while he did go on cable news and say that alloys were unidentifiable mysteries, helping to spur speculation. That's not what his article actually stated. Sorry, the full quote is there, so I'm not even going to get into that. But that's almost the end of that post there, and that's a post that I went back to see, guys, in 2017. Talking about something that happened between 2003 and 2012. How interesting is that? Wait till you hear the news. Elon Musk, we all know that they're going to take down the space station. Well, they actually hired Elon Musk, and this is news that came out at the end of June that I did not pick up on. I knew about the space station, but I didn't know Elon Musk had been hired. I'll get into that also in the news. Luke is here. Susan, Ravella, Darla, Alex, Jules, how thoughtful. Thank you so much. Happy Friday, Bruce. Love your research. Thank you. Thank you very much for being here. The traffic is being banned, blocked, guys, more than ever. So keep coming back. Don't let me down. I'll not let you down either. And share out. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. Hey, Twitter. Hey, Rumble. Hey, YouTube. Thank you very much to all of the people on all the platforms for being here. We need subscribers on Rumble. If you want to contribute to the channel, you can contribute here like Jules just did. Thank you very much. Or the thanks button on the video. All videos have the fundraiser link, because I have one fundraiser link. And you can join me on Patreon. All the links are in the videos of all my research videos. I don't post them on the stream videos. Thanks for being here. We stream on Wednesdays at 5 o'clock p.m. Remember, Eastern Montreal time, and Fridays twice. This is the first stream right now at 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern on Friday, and I also stream tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern on Friday. So we get 3 streams a week, and and a little extra with some videos. So the views, hey guys, I looked way back to May 28th. That is the last time a video went over 2,000 views. That is scary. So now the limitation is limited to 1,000 views, which you never see any good channel be limited at 1,000 views. As a matter of fact, trolls usually get about 1,000 views per video, right? Who else is here? Luke, sir, thank you so much, man. I hope David White, hope your dad is doing well, brother. I'm enjoying your channels, man, and your videos on opinions on a whole bunch of stuff. Hey, try Lambda Delta. Thank you. Big hugs back, my friend. Thanks again for that gift. I got gifts all over the wall here. We have the beautiful Tri Lambda Delta logo, which I got in some glass over there by my grandfather's clock. My grandfather was really in a secret society, so he's probably going to enjoy that. Thanks for the support, everyone, and all that you do to support this channel. We have Megabaz in the house. Thanks for being here. Is Cindy Lou here? Hello, Cindy Lou. Audiente Alex. Merci, mon frère. How come we're all the way down here? There's Cindy Lou. How are you? Thanks, you guys. Want aliens on the moon? When do we want it? And now. Repeat. Absolutely. I want that truth to come out. Most likely it will. I'm hoping it will. And I know it will. I was able to bring the truth out, so if people don't want to jump on that, doesn't matter. It'll remain something that was sort of leaked out, and not a lot of people are getting the chance to see it. But it's all going to change. It's all going to change. Mix Mayhem is here. Thank you, sir. Nice to see you, man. Alex, Fortier, merci, bro. Thanks, bro, for everything. Thanks for being on all the platforms. 37 on X, thank you very much. Should be very, very quiet. Hey, it's Friday afternoon. I got to give some people a break. I mean, I've been streaming this time because it's when the most people are here on the channel, surprisingly. But we don't get a lot of people on the streams. We're always limited to about, it says 200. I don't think there's 200 watching that are real, though, because out of the 200, we only usually get about 30 comments. Very surprising how they can block out the channels and stuff. My research is making not just the trolls, but the governments bite their nails, because an amateur like me knows and is able to show exactly what's on the moon. We're going to look at some of my research also in the video, some interesting areas. One of my favorites, one of Darla's favorites also, the little famous pipe, 90-degree angle pipe that is smoking the entire surface. You got to check out my video, the smoking of the surface, smoking pipe system, smoke system on the moon. I came up with a pretty cool hypothesis a couple of months ago. Did a lot of talking today. Takes a lot of time to make the videos and the stream videos. So my friends, thumbs up, please. Yes, Darla, absolutely. Sarah Morris is here. How's it going? Love the channel. Hey, thank you very much. I appreciate that. I love you guys so much for always coming back. Sarah, how are you? I hope the weather's not being too bad to you. The weather's horrible here. And Barrel is barreling through. Megabass, thank you very much. I appreciate that, man. Thanks, you guys. You guys rock. Susan Ravella in the house. Thank you, Susan, for being here. How are ya? And if my mother is listening, love you. Lots of kisses and hugs. I hope you're doing well today. Got the energy is high today. I've been feeling something good's going to be happening soon in the world. I think the past 2 days. I don't know. Something's changing, right? 42 on X now. I'll take it. My pleasure, Sarah. Thank you very much. How is CL family doing? Well, listen, up and down, eh? Lots of us have been going through so much crap. Some of us, have family members that got sick, and but everyone back on the mend from what I can see, including David White. And if you're listening in, David, sending you some energy, brother. And yeah, listen, we live in a crazy world. We live in a world where I'm starting to see, even if there's only a few hundred people coming by here, I'm actually seeing some of you that literally lost your houses, had problems with the hurricanes and stuff. Things are ramping up. The activity of the sun is ramping up right now. Listen, it's cloudy here. I can't see the sun, but it's absolutely crazy. The giant sunspot that's in front of the sun right now. It's pretty big. We got a hell of a good video also to get into, guys. JWS, thank you for being here. Hey, there you go, Sarah. Indiana. It's nuts, Sarah. And every year watching you guys down there, it gets worse and worse and worse. They ramp up. You guys this year, the hurricanes were way ahead of time. Beryl is a record-breaking hurricane. It went quite quickly from a tropical storm, large tropical storm, category 3, 4 to a 5 along Grand Cayman Islands and Jamaica. There was also, flooding there, and it rained so much for, several days after that. I posted some recent not footage, footage, I think, or images in the community myself that I picked up, and that Darla and a couple of people sent me in Montreal of people drowning in their cars, just the water going up, like, we see around the world, but never here, on very rare occasions here. Maybe because of a busted pipe, sure, but now it's not because of busted pipes there. Absolutely, Darla. Oh yeah, we're down to 30,000 views this month. That's almost unimaginable. Once we get down to a month there, guys, can you think of it? 30,000 views a month. That's 600 views a video. And I got a very large telescope that I paid a lot of money into, as including my community, thousands of dollars for us to get some incredible images. Rain or shine, weather change or not, we're still going to get a chance to get the moon. But my gosh, we see the sky a lot less now. It's absolutely incredible. 91 watching now. A couple minutes, we'll get into a very awesome video. Find it funny that Beryl followed the same path that the eclipse. Absolutely the same path. Absolutely the exact same trajectory and path. And it's very scary because you have Beryl barreling over, from the, Mexico, and then coming over the coast, California, all the states, and then all the way down to Nunavut, and you see this massive cloud. It's been turning for a couple of months now. All the time, North America is being drowned. I believe it's complete weather manipulation, without a doubt. Yes, Tri Lambda Delta. Absolutely. They get away with murder a lot, these people, eh? He killed someone. They get away with murder. Why is there anyways, we'll get into that one. A loaded bullet in a a gun that's supposed to be using blanks? There was even someone in charge of being sure that the gun was safe and loaded with blanks. Why would somebody on the weekend shoot with a real gun and then change it during the movie and make a mistake, which would be totally retarded, honestly. I say it all the time, Susan. There are no coincidences in this life. Things happen for a reason. There are only people that deny stuff. That's true. Many things are ramping up these days. They are. World's turning faster. Time keeps on slipping into the future. Days are getting shorter already. Huh? Or is it longer? I get mixed up all the time with that. Days are getting shorter. So that means good for me because I get to see a darker sky at 6 p.m. at night instead of like now, guys, the brightness goes to 10:30. That never happens. Usually 9 o'clock, the last brightness is in the sky in the summer, middle of summer. Now it's an hour and a half later. Hey, Darla, we were talking about just yesterday. We got corn here, guys. How's that normal? I see, Christy in the field plowing, getting stuff ready. Here, the sweet corn already ready, which makes absolutely no bloody sense. Must be from a lab or something like that. I don't know what they're doing. All the latest infrared videos was freaking tremendous. Mix, ma'am. Thank you for that feedback, guys. I'm here just for that, guys, for the feedback. I appreciate it so much. So jealous. Great captures. Thanks, man. Truth is on its way. Many, many thanks. Again, I mean it, man. Thanks you so much for appreciating that. You're going to have to be joining us tonight, you guys, at the stream. Those that can, give me a sec, guys. Be right back. So what's the coincidence that all 200 of you that come here every single stream come in the same way? You come in 30 of you, then you come into 49, you come in this 90, then go up to 120, 105 now. And then we get to the end of 200. There's no comments though. Still only 20 comments per video because we went down, Darla. Remember the 100 comments that I was complaining about? We only had 100 as compared to the 600 we used to have. If you go back a couple of years, 1,300. When I opened the channel, I had a lot more comments. My first views coming into the first months that I started talking about space was over 250,000, about 400,000, 500,000. And there's only one line that it goes up. And it's important for me to keep telling that to people so that you know that this research is being hidden. This is the real channel talking about truth, exclusive, rare, unique research here. And I have the worst trolls, guys. I have the best, though, because we laugh at them so much. They are so mentally ill, and there's nothing they do not do to try to attack the channel. So be aware if you are new to the channel here to be careful who you email and interact with here in the community. Mind you, most here are all good. It's like a game of Clue. We never know. Merci, Yann. Je remarque aussi, Yann, oui. Hey, Jeff's live talk. Hey, Jeff, you busy tonight at the 8 o'clock stream? Just shooting it out there. If ever you come on by, why don't you hop on with me and talk about all the crazy new UFO news coming out. I want to talk about the metal fragments and stuff. I got a 20-minute video that I just prepared here. If ever you're on Jeff's live talk, you guys know who that is? It's Jeff Benoit. Jeff Benoit now has the English channel that he wanted to do. There's no interest in French. Well, there is, but they're not sending us the interested people to our French channels. The French channels in ufology is dead on YouTube. It's so sad because there's so much good information. He talks a lot about the unknown, paranormal, and everything. And let me know, Jeff, if you want to come on tonight. And if not, doesn't matter. In the coming future, Jeff's live talk will be jumping on with me. Sometimes he'll be sharing the screen. Sometimes I'll be sharing the screen. And you guys will be able to head on over and subscribe to his channel and check him out. No forcing here. If you like the channel, subscribe to it. If you don't, there's no obligation to subscribe. Just head on over and I'm sure you'll love the channel. Thanks, Susan. Wow. Did not see that one, Alex. Didn't see that one. Yes, with his new channel, guys, his new channel. And he also, in French, has a channel. So he intends on doing a lot of live talks. And I'm telling you, it's going to be a lot because now I said it. He has no choice but to do lots of live talks. If ever you guys like interacting with the channels, like you do coming here, interacting with the channel, Jeff's live talk is definitely a channel I'll be able to. Anyways, I got to stop because he only gave me $7 there for the advertisements. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No, Jeff never gave me a cent for advertising. Never even asked me to advertise it, but I am going to because I have only a handful of friends, like a lot of people know, like we all do. Not many people that I trust or that I'm really interested in with their channels online. But Jeff comes up with some good conversations, some real conversations, and I'm sure you're going to like them. Be safe if you're driving the lift or working on the cutter sheet. Hands off. Absolutely, the pole is shifting, Cindy. How long is that pole going to take to shift? We don't know. We're in the pole shift. It's going to happen in 24 hours. It's going to happen for over 10,000 years. You know, you got to wonder. Good one, Susan. Yes, not hide their heads. Yes, well said. Alex says, hopefully you're not driving a bus. Good one. Francisco, thank you very much. Nice to see you, my friends. Pleasure. Welcome. I appreciate that. Thanks for taking the time to come to the streams. Clay Jones, I've told everyone I know about this channel. Awesome. Clay, don't change a thing, man. Thank you so much, you guys. I love you for it. I really appreciate that. I've seen an old map and calendar saying March was the first month of the year before the elites changed it. Sarah, I love hearing that. Don't forget leap year, the catching up of time, changing the time, setting it back an hour, putting it ahead an hour. Over the years, all the like Mayan calendars, you know, the Caesar calendars, all the Caesarian, I was gonna say, all these calendars and changes over the years that occurred. You know, what year are we exactly? We could even be in 2030 right now with all the delayed or lapse time, the changes that happen. Don't forget, imagine when there were cataclysmic events and we lost information. We could see that in the sedimentary rock and, you know, carbon dating, even though it's stupid. We can't carbon date rocks, but they do. You can't get the right year with carbon dating rocks. There's a time, a level that you look, and there's a long period of time where there was no human activity here, they say, on Earth. So, you know, right before that, did information disappear? Was there still information about what happened before that? We're missing time. We go from dinosaurs to being well evolved and melting, you know, making big statues and using laser cutting machinery. Doesn't make any sense. So, you know, there are lies definitely in what they're telling us. Oh, sorry, guys. The buildings that have those alloys in Las Vegas, are they in a military base, near a military base? Don't forget the South Korean mountains holds a buried UFO there with a structure over top. So I keep repeating myself. These are things that are really getting me excited. When started the video very soon, my friends. Terminator Line was so big on the moon. Did you get to see? No, didn't even know it was out. I did by looking online this morning, but no, I had no idea. Did not see it. There were no stars. It looked like, you know, when you put out a fire with water and you got that steam and everything mixed in, just a gray cloud of mist in the sky. That's exactly what I had last night. There was no way of seeing any star or moon whatsoever last night. It was really bad. We got some rain here also. Like there's more today on its way. That's why I wanted to start a little ahead of time, because I was afraid that something was going to happen with the storm this afternoon. Yes, where's Anika? Hope she's okay and well. Absolutely. And I did start a little bit ahead of time also. She should be coming by. But again, some people, hats off, Susan and everyone for coming here. Darla, the real Wayno, Mix Mayhem, because it's Friday and sometimes, you guys are busy on Friday. And when you are, please don't feel forced to come by. We should be getting some new people. Still stuck at that 119 as we always are. Then I might start streaming. We might see 100 more. And on top of it, I think it's somebody helping me with other channels. Hopefully, maybe even some bots because there's not many people here. But get this, they took away all the subscribers. They took away all the views on YouTube, and they need some at least 200-300 bots and whatnot to make it look like there's a couple of views on the channel. But there are no humans here except for the 40 usually that listen in, maybe the 200 in all now with X. We used to have 300 here on YouTube, but we don't anymore. So Rod R in the house. Diana Kent, good evening to you too. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Right on, Jeff's live talk, so you guys can check out a nice conversation tonight. Nothing on the table. Everything's open. Everything's open. We can talk about a whole bunch of stuff, not just UFOs, but there's lots to talk about with the UFOs, especially all the new news coming out. UFO vids. I always show UFO vids. This is a UFO channel. As a matter of fact, the video that I made shows UFOs. Yeah. I always show UFOs. I'm pretty much the one that shows most UFOs that are on the moon. And by chance, uniquely, I'm one of the only ones on YouTube that is able to get a shitload of UFOs rising up in the backyard every night. But since I'm not God, we can go up to a week, even 2 weeks without getting a clear night. But Megabass, seriously, I think you have to look at least 2 of my videos, because this research is only about UFOs, basically. Thanks again, brother. TETs, man. Thank you for everything. I appreciate it. Scott Mansbridge is here. Thanks for being members, my friends. Fragments, or whatever it may be, the real invasion in the sky will happen soon enough. And thanks to you, Bruce, you'll be all over that. I hope so. Yes, I promise you. And your subs will know. Scott, I can't thank you guys enough for the comments, being a member, everything you guys do. It's like the same people do everything. You got one person doing 3-4 different things to help the channel and support it. It's incredible. I appreciate that, guys. Really, I mean it. Laptop, once again, is making it hard to chat. Ugh, it was the top of the line 8 years ago. That's what happens. Everything gets outdated in a matter of months now and years. Philip, how are you? I'm your friend, lol. Keep on keeping on, Bruce. Right on, my friend. 55 on X. We're lucky. We're lucky to have them. Enable my fans to be able to hear and pin and connect me. Scott Presley. Right on, man. No. No links. You don't share links, my friend. I share links. Donnie Foster. People just like to come and advertise here, quite honestly. In the superstorm of May 10th, approximately 5,000 satellites automatically, and I hope that's the only time you advertise because I'll be taking them off. 5,000 satellites automatically went into survival mode to keep themselves in orbit as the Earth's atmosphere puffed up with the extra heat causing extra drag. Want to hear something crazy? In the States, not too long ago, a couple days ago, remember the hairy or furry object that crashed in a cornfield somewhere? It crashed in the States, one of the states in the United States of America. It was satellite debris. Uncontrolled re-entries, the most dangerous thing that could ever be. And they continually do it. When I say they, the United States does it, China does it, Russia does it, everyone, probably Japan too, everyone that launches, Elon does it, right? Maybe not deliberately. Uncontrollable reentry of satellites crash down. The pieces are as big as a ping pong table and some fragments this big, right? Every time there's a re-entry, or every single time they send up a rocket launch, there are always pieces of debris that come in over an area that's populated all the time. They have to clean up the debris that's around her. This is definitely a major problem of what's happening. And eventually it's going to kill someone. There's also a piece that went right through someone's porch and house, not just the porch, the roof of the house, and went through the middle floor and hit the basement piece of satellite, if I'm not mistaken. That's craziness. They really are polluting our skies. They've been going to town here even worse, Cindy Lou. Absolutely crazy. So that we cannot look out. That's another thing. Now, and I'm going to have to talk about that also. I know most of you, maybe not you, the ones listening, but most of you will miss out on what I'm saying. Terahertz, there's a reason why they need to use massive power to do a whole slew of things. And it doesn't only have to do with UFOs. Spectroscopy, to be able to see through a solid object, through clothing, through wood, a whole slew of other things, and with great pristine quality satellite images, right? And I say satellite because that's obviously what they're going to be using, beaming massive radio telescopes up through that. They can beam through a solid object using terahertz radiation, right? Terahertz, we're talking about, that's like 1,000 gigahertz, right? And we don't have access to that power here. We don't have the capability of, deploying that much power here. We don't have the machines to do that, right? And we're talking about an enormous amount of energy. Gary Nolan mentioned that. Terahertz of energy. It's what the entire world consumes in nuclear energy in 365 days. When you see a UFO leaving the center of the ocean, going up, into another galaxy and coming back down in a couple of seconds, would take the amount of energy, nuclear production that was made across the entire planet for 365 days, and that be exerted in 1 second or instance of a second. So we're not there yet with that capability. So, who are they driving around with the UFOs? There's definitely some there. We're still locked at 118 views here, which makes me laugh. At least you maggots are paying a lot of money. It's costing thousands of dollars for these poor saps to be able to control me. But you don't need to. The government's blocking my channel. It's that they don't want subscribers coming in either. They don't want the 3 subscribers a week that I usually get. So, which makes me laugh. And I'm telling you guys, the very limited few of you that join in with me to tease them, I love you guys so much. You're a very unique bunch. We're only a few of us on Earth that are capable of debating and talking without crying and, feeling anxiety and jealousy and, and all that, which completely makes me laugh. Absolutely a dang genetic manipulation. Afghanistan in the house. Thank you for coming back. Just popped in. Love from Afghanistan. Scorpio, thank you, my dear friend. I appreciate that. Oh, right on. Good for her. Zoomed in on the same Terminator line and it read, "I'll be back." Sip cider. It's fun just chuckling. Hey, we have to chuckle. Tri Lambda Delta again. If we don't laugh at the shit that they're presenting us, we go insane. We go crazy. Honestly. Alaikum salam. Thank you very much, Scorpio. Salam alaikum. Bruce has excellent vids on. Thank you, UFOs. Yes, exactly, Cindy Lou. It's based on my research. For sure. You can send me metal fragments and parts, meteorites, whatever you want, microfilms to that address. Thanks, Darla. Did you choose UFOs or did they choose you, Bruce? Rod R. What a beautiful question. They chose me. I never got that question. They chose me, man. They actually chose me. And some people like doing the research because they're interested in UFOs and they want to see UFOs. Most of the ufologists are not the ones doing the filming. They just are good at deciding on whether it's a legitimate capture by studying the characteristics and heat signatures and traits of a UFO. It's not that hard. It's not rocket science, but in reality it is, because that's what we're studying. rockets, drones, whatever you want to call them. You add into the mix angels, demons. We're still 118 watching. Love you, trolls. Absolutely. And Scorpio, did you see the recent video in Tehran, Iran, where this massive UFO spacecraft has been seen? I didn't post the audio of the sound, but apparently woo, 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 sounded fake. Eh? Not going to hide it. Some things sound fake. Some things look fake, but does it mean it's fake? No, because most likely if they're trying to fake an invasion, they would make it look real, is what I believe. Possibly. Yes, tonight, guys, the stream, 8 o'clock p.m. Maggie, thank you, Pepperoni Bull, Maggie Bull, Pepperoni in the house. I put a puppy up in the community just for you, Maggie. Welcome to the channel, guys. Scorpio, very interesting. Yes, the CE5 language, like a lot of people use. And I suggest for you all to develop that styled language or your own language. Me, I have a language that's been developed with the lights that are communicating with me since I've been young. There's partly frequency communication and partly feelings of love. Sometimes I get a message, it's just a feeling of a hug or love, not only from aliens, but from even people I know here on Earth. I believe in energy. I believe we can distribute energy. I'll have to re-mention that story of me leaving my body from behind myself and seeing myself, everything turning in black and white. That was a good one. A family member said, you got to say that one. I said, I did. And she goes, say it again. It was really interesting. Maybe make a podcast about it. Need a flux capacitor. Yes. And a DeLorean, Radar. You're right about that. And also we would need 1.21 gigawatts of electricity. And on the stormy evening, we go back in time, and when the clock strikes whatever time, when the lightning rod hits and we connect the thing, those are our videos, our movies to make people's minds wake up, I think, eh? Disney hired a crew to add chemtrail lines in their old films. Really? That is insane. Has anyone seen Star Hunter lately? A couple of days ago, yes, but thanks for mentioning that. You're right. He's been a little quiet these days. Thanks for noticing, Susan. You're right about that. But just the other day, he commented. He's on Patreon too. He comments on all the videos and basically all of my posts all the time. But yeah, he could be very busy these days. Omnia, hello, Bruce. Please contact me. I have proofs. Well, listen, Omnia, I am also open and more than welcome if ever you would like to come on to talk during a live stream next week or something like that. It's also something that could be possible. Get more people's opinions, absolutely. And I would be more than happy to that. I'm not hard to reach, but I am. You come here to the stream quite simply, like Jeff Lives just did, Live Talk just did, which will be on with us this evening. Right on. Well, hey, listen, we can have a talk if you want to come on, whatnot. Reach me through email. It's a bit harder. I'm very busy when it comes to the friggin' emails, always getting, filled up with that. But yeah, absolutely. We can talk about it. Need to meet you. I'm in Montreal now. Absolutely. We can talk about anything you'd like, my dear friend. Are you the one that messaged me? By the way, because speak of the devil, not you, but yeah, literally speak of the devil. I was thinking of you before coming on, and I said, well, if she comes on to a stream, I'll be able to tell her to come on. So in the eventual future, be more than happy to talk to you. If you want to hide your identity and you prefer not come on a screen and use your real voice, I can change your voice, and you could also use just an image, anything you would like, or just your regular icon image. We're about to get into that video, my friends. Yes, JWS? Oh, it will be a good stream. Homeless Omnia. That's not cool. We'll have to fix something up. If you have a connection, Omnia, and you're able to connect with me there, we can check that out. Oh, yes, Susan. Grip Ripper's here before we jump on the videos. Hi, all. I'm rather late, just in from hedge cutting. I thought you were saying just back from the hedge fund. Why most favorable job? Why most favorite job? Not. I hear you. Right on, Omnia. Hey, be safe out there. I wish you luck. Well, listen, there are some people that I was supposed to meet eventually in my lifetime. They just never presented themselves. Right on. Always. Same. I'm late. I think. No, yes. A little. Just a litter. Count derp. See, that's the problem. Making long distances for me is a little problem. And I don't even have a phone that's made to make out long distances. Maybe Montreal I could. I'm very careful with who I reach. I would prefer reach you in person. We can talk privately also, by the way. I could send you a link. We can do an online private conversation also, but I would prefer it being done not through the telephone lines, through here. I cannot change my number anymore. It's just getting ridiculous. And do not be insulted about that. It's literally something that I'm not changing anymore. Oh, the ships are here for sure. I guarantee you they are here. Have you seen the videos of them rising in the back? NASA won't crash. Artemis. Fuel throttle, no setbacks. Right on. Jason Law is in the house. I had some trimming all right and played ratios like a ninja. Sure, Rawson guy. Go right ahead. I don't usually open files either because I get hacked all the time. Bad viruses, but go right ahead. If you want to send it, I can go and check and confirm it right here for you before I jump in on the video. Yes, Michael Sala, very familiar with him. Elena, also know her a little bit, Scorpio. Thanks for sharing that. Karen Massey, how are you doing? So sorry I was homeless too. Take care. I hope for a place to open its doors. It's not easy. No, it isn't, Karen. Definitely isn't. Right on. Interesting. See, this is what happens. A lot of people understand and start seeing the ships, and then they start flipping out because they want people to know about it. And then that's when we start going down rabbit holes. We start flipping out. And yeah, they're here. There's a lot of ships that are here to protect us. There's also some of ours, probably 2 or 3 of them, that hold a lot of people that are outside of the world. Had the chance to connect with some cool people. John Lear even had a chance. Gary McKinnon say hello to me. NASA hacker. He's open-minded enough. Talks to a lot of people online. But wow, does it ever smell like a fire? That is nuts. A video of a UFO in Colorado Springs. Want to send a video. So Rawson, send it. If you send it, I'll be checking that out before we jump in the video here. I don't like the smell of that. Do. Right. So we're going to get into the video because we have a good one. Blue UFO or earlier. What a great cat. Hey, thank you very much. Why is it blue? I was using my infrared camera with the setting off. I'll be doing more tests to confirm that if the UFOs are also blue with stars, because what I saw in the sky was a green light that at first, and that other light I could see it bright orange. The blue UFO, I did not see a blue UFO in the sky, and I want people to know that. Like I mentioned at the end of the video, that it was the function off of the UFO camera with a regular camera, which was very interesting. I intend on doing more tests about that also. No, it's not for everyone, and there's some of us already, some of them are already here also on the planet. Thank you so much, Scorpio. That means a lot. Hey, thanks for appreciating it. I mean it. Yes, I call it the chevron. Susan, actually, that was a while back before you arrived here. I've even caught what looks like a chevron. Don't know if you necessarily mean that one, the wishbone one. Nitinol. Yes, I have. Oh, noticed it. Hey, merci, Eric. UF OVNI 2012 here in the house. Our skies here are usually covered with a marine layer. I can't complain. It keeps the heat in check. Right on, Karen. Yeah, sometimes it's needed, you know. Was able to give 4 thumbs up today. Woodwood. Hey, awesome. Yes, and also another one following it, by the way, in the video. You can see it. Thanks for mentioning that, man. It would have been funny if you had like Princess Diana icon on top of it. Having said that, like, find a way to meet me, Bruce. I don't have much time. Time doesn't exist, my dear. We got plenty of time. I'm telling you. Yeah. Yeah. They're not ready for any of it. I wasn't either. That's right. I was contacted. Went to Kellogg's research labs where it is made. It's being reverse engineered from tech. I believe it, my friend. Right on, Jules. $152. Let me go see. Are you guys teasing me? There's nothing in the email. Let me go see in scrap emails. That pisses me off when they send them to, which they don't often send them there. Not in starred, not in snooze, not in important. Let's go in spam. Nope, you didn't send it to the right email. I didn't get any in spam either. When you send it, I'll take the time to check it out. It's always the same fucking thing, eh? Yes, it's the understanding of it. It's the understanding of time that people misinterpret. Everything's backwards. We were given intel, and it's like the intel was given sideways a little bit. But you know, yeah, I think so, Jules. Yes, Scorpio, but there's problems. People are attacking, most likely. Right on, Auntie. Yes, the green all-seeing eye. Wised up. Hello, how are you? Different worlds, Omnia. Always wanted to meet an alien girl. sorry. I mean, couldn't help it. Time is a human construct. I believe in it, Rosin. I ordered a new computer and sent it back because it restricted most of my downloads and internet access. Insane, Susan. I don't know what the hell is going on. Oh, Elias. My gosh, he must be busy for sure. He's never missed a stream. Cecil's here. We'll start the video now. Sorry to all watching in. Let's follow that video. I don't know if it's the video audio that you hear, or if you actually hear it through the microphone. I've never been able to do the test. Kelly. So keep your questions for after. Mods, block anyone and everyone sharing links while I'm talking about this. Anyone trying to disrupt, I'm not saying I'm not allowed talking. Anyone deliberately disrupting mods, block them completely. Don't time them out. Block them completely. I want people to listen to the video I made. And I'm going to present it right now. I'm going to share the screen. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for listening in. Already 2 o'clock, so we got about 20 minutes to listen. And we'll finish off with some conversation about it real quickly, and then live talk with Jeff tonight. Entire screen share. I'm going to put myself down here. I'm going to put that down there. Friday stream, which is a hell of a good stream, my friends. Let's do it. Ready? Hi, everyone. Thank you so much. Those of you that take the time to subscribe to the channel and help it grow. Been doing the research since 2016. On the moon, so many findings, both activity like beings, UFOs, extraterrestrial, human. We don't know. Possibly even biological living organisms, large ones in the lunar atmosphere. Now the government's talking about aliens around Earth that they don't know where they are from. Harvard study recently coming out saying that they could possibly be on the inside of Earth and on the moon. Ross Coulthard from News Nation reports very recently a UAP metal fragment, not alien in origin, says AARO. All right, let's get into it. The metal fragment was purportedly from a 1947 UAP crash. Analysis determined it was likely from a scientific experiment right here on Earth. The exact source of the fragment, though, cannot be determined. The Pentagon's UFO office has released a report indicating a piece of metal purportedly recovered from a UAP likely originated on Earth. Now, take it with a grain of salt, what they're saying. Don't forget, AARO's denying everything. So has the CIA, so has the FBI, everyone related to secret projects, defense of the U.S. are denying all of this. So take it with a grain of salt. News just coming out. This was on July 11th. The sample was analyzed by Oak Ridge National Laboratory, ORNL. This is in Tennessee, by the way, which said that despite claims it was an alloy not found on this planet, capable of acting as a terahertz waveguide to generate anti-gravity properties, it was still not extraterrestrial in origin. Whoa, hang on. It just said the sample was analyzed by Oak Ridge National Laboratory, which said that despite claims it was an alloy not found on this planet, but it's not extraterrestrial. Possibly a science project or something, they say. Isn't this getting interesting? The lab could, they say, not verify the precise historical origin of the sample, in part because of an unclear chain of custody, but said it is consistent with scientific experiments of that time. The sample came from, yes, Blink 182 frontman Tom DeLonge's To the Stars Academy, an independent research organization that focuses heavily on the possibility of extraterrestrial life. In a press release recently, the group described the material as a magnesium zinc bismuth sample, saying there's no precedent for this structured combination of materials. So why isn't it alien? It isn't clear who gave the sample to the group or where that person obtained it, but the reference to it being recovered from a UAP crash in or around 1947 suggests it is purported to be from the famous Roswell incident. America's most famous UFO event, the Roswell incident, began in 1947 after rancher William McBrazel discovered debris near his ranch just outside of Roswell in New Mexico. The country was in the middle of a flying saucer craze that Brazel
was unaware of since he did not own a phone or radio. However, after telling the local sheriff about his findings, the sheriff alerted the U.S. Air Force immediately. An initial press release from the Air Force said the military had recovered debris from a flying disc, bringing national attention to the story. Within a day, the Air Force retracted the claim and said the debris came from a conventional weather balloon, of all things. 1978, a retired officer said the plane was a cover-up and speculated that the debris was of extraterrestrial origin, sparking a conspiracy that has continued for decades and into today. 1994, an Air Force report revealed the weather balloon story was indeed a cover-up, but not alien visitation. So they say. The debris actually came from a Project Mogul test. The classified surveillance program was developing high-altitude balloons to monitor nuclear tests, and one such balloon was what Brazel found on his land. I highly doubt that. Despite repeated denials from the military, many continue to believe that it was an alien ship that crashed in Roswell, sparking wide-reaching conspiracy theories around the incident and government responses. The Pentagon's All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, AARO, tasked with investigating reports of UAPs, issued a report along with ORNL report. AARO said there's no reason to believe the metal was from a non-human source. The ORNL report stated that scientific experiments of that time included widespread research of magnesium alloys, including those with zinc and bismuth for aircraft and weapons systems. Because of the unclear chain of custody and the fact that failed scientific experiments are rarely documented, the lab said the exact origin was undetermined. Regardless of the specimen's attributability to a specific research project, it is consistent and well-documented magnesium alloy research projects during the mid-20th century and is otherwise unremarkable, the report reads. Analysis also found no evidence the metal would support acting as a terahertz waveguide. We'll get into the terahertz afterwards and why they're talking about this. The report is the latest from AARO that attempts to push back against claims the agency is aware of and hiding extraterrestrial activity. An earlier report found there was no evidence of ETs for UAPs, though not everyone has been accepting of the agency's findings, including all of us here. Why terahertz? Well, when they talk about terahertz, the first that we heard of this was Gary Nolan, who explained that for a UFO to leave the center of the ocean, fly up 80,000 feet into space or another galaxy and return in a flash of a second would take the amount of energy that all the nuclear plants in the entire planet are producing and push that out in one given second. We're not capable of doing that. So who are the people, the beings, the UFOs, who are driving them, right? There's many different types of UFOs. We have drones, we have, invisible cloaked devices as phenomena, or you could add demons, aliens in that. And I tell you, here's some news from June 24th that I missed. You may have also. They talked about the ISS space station being taken down. Eventually, I thought they were going to go into 2030. They may still do so. In the news, this came out in June, as I said, at the end of June, Musk's SpaceX hired to destroy the ISS space station. NASA selected Elon Musk, a SpaceX company, to bring down the International Space Station at the end of its life. The California-based company will build a vehicle capable of pushing the 430-ton orbiting platform into the Pacific Ocean early in the next decade. A contract for the work valued at up to $843 million was announced on a Wednesday. The first elements of the space station were launched in 1998, if you all remember, back in the day, with continuous crewed operations beginning in 2000. The station circles the Earth every 90 minutes at an altitude just above 400 kilometers, which is 250 miles, and has been home, they say, some still deny that it exists, home to thousands of scientific experiments that, I believe, investigating all manner of phenomena, from the aging process in humans, interesting, to the formula for new types of materials. possibly life. As we head over to my research, Copernicus crater, underneath it, there's like cloud-like regions, smoky regions, even a pipe tunnel line going into the crater of Copernicus. But in the circle here, we see a massive pipe-looking object with smoke coming out of the end, running over many hundreds of miles, long stretches over the moon. And we got the wind bringing that across the moon, natural or not. There's some wind for sure. Don't think it's just the solar winds up there. That's Copernicus crater. Many signs of structuring, literally clear as day, we can see here on the surface. Copernicus over top and less than 100 kilometers away, you can see that line, pipe, tunnel going into the crater or towards the crater. And I'm telling you, there's smoke in the surface. We can clearly see all these patches of movement also, by the way, because this smoke cloud, natural or not, it's much more than a haze or dust, is moving around the surface. There's that pipe going to reach the other pipe in the circle, straight up. This is not research and findings and sightings or sightings that the government's going to be very happy with, because it's coming from the moon. On the east side of the moon, one of my favorites, and my brother Kai's, of course, and several of you, something lifting up off the surface, and that is bringing to our attention the possibility that there could be a lot going on there, a lot more than just lights arriving and leaving, because I've got them both arriving and leaving. This one, something rising up off the surface so quickly and so massive that it either opens a trap door at the same time, and that's why it came out the light and appeared, or the dusts from the surface rising up incredibly. And you could see that lifting up there. These are incredible details. And of course, I have the video that shows the original UFO coming out and the second one out, when I say out, from the region of this object lifting up. So can you imagine how large this object would be lifting up on the surface of the moon? It would be massive for me to be able to see it, even though I do have a large scientific 14-inch telescope. With the high definition in it, I'm always filming the moon. More and more, it's getting harder and harder to film the moon. So listen, there's a lot of research here, and there's a lot being hidden. The traffic's being stopped. We're down to 30,000 views now. Keep coming back to support the channel. If you want to see real UFO videos, we have virtual proof and evidence in the videos that someone is possibly up there on the moon. I talk about a system, a smoke system, a system of pipes, in a hypothesis that I posted not that long ago. There's Copernicus crater on the top, and you see the incredible connections in the center. Whether we know what they are or not, they most definitely do not look natural, and they are not. We have proof of structures, clear proof and evidence of massive structures that got me in trouble, especially this one here, that between the two white arrows there, you'll have to do some studying and searching and pausing and looking, depending on the size of your screen. There's a line there, runs for several miles, and there's another line overlapping it there, it runs for several miles between the two yellow arrows. Light sources also on what looks like a structured system or object underneath, where the lines are going to these lit areas where smoke is coming from it. You see in the extremities of the image to the right, all the white patches and even pipe and tunnels that are peeking through the image. Here, converted, and you can see even pipes that are look built and cut off. Some of them veer 90-degree angles. It is extremely scary. It's real research. It's done with a telescope zoomed up really close, and you can see no pixelation. That is the literal surface. And why is NASA hiding the literal surface from us? Because obviously they're hiding the structures. The research led me to all these other features, let's say, that the moon has, like these UFOs that are appearing, taking off, spontaneously combusting, where you see the propulsion systems behind them igniting up. And I don't know if you know it, the speeds of some of the UFOs that I'm seeing are definitely not human. They can't be. The UFO secret of the moon is only partly the secret, the lunar secret. You can see explosions or lights, UFOs taking off, and you see them lighting up the surface, showing massive plumes of smoke on the surface. Is there a war up there? I have proof of UFOs firing at each other. I showed in the last stream. The more I show, the less traffic is here. You can see it along with me that the traffic is being cut off. Everybody's wondering where the UFOs are from, the ones that are buzzing us around Earth, the ones that are observing all nuclear silos and military bases, and even an interaction with some soldiers right at the bases. Could they come from the moon? I think it's pretty inevitable. And honestly, the more that they do not talk about it, the more, get it? The more they do not talk about it, so the least they talk about the moon and the UFOs in relationship to the UFOs that are buzzing Earth, I think it's a big bullshit lie. And I think it's the source of the UFOs is on the moon, right? Of course, we got to take into consideration what alien part is, into the projects, what human part is, if they are together at all. Only days ago, I caught this, and I'm catching it every single clear night. When I say every single clear night, I mean every single clear night. Here in my town, Montreal, Quebec, just on the outskirts of Montreal, UFOs appearing in what looks like a portal. I'm telling you, every single night. Why are they shooting out lights? This is a daytime UFO. Again, recently, just a couple days ago, we can see with the infrared camera the faint stars. I'm looking outside. The sun has risen. It's just over the horizon, just starting that light to see the top of the sun, and yet a daytime UFO. I'm even going to show you deliberately as I veer off the turn to the left to show you the sun that is appearing, and you can just see the massive, sunlight in the middle of the day, still showing us these UFOs because they're still roaming around during the day. Don't forget, watch as I veer over. I think it's here. It's going to veer over to the left there to show how bright it is outside, and even, yes, chemtrailing the sky. It's nonstop all the time. Somebody, a friend, Marcelo, amigo, at one point asked me, Bruce, do some tests. Can you call them? I do it all the time. And the more I show it, the more people get mad. Some of you are interested in it. Check this out. Talking to the skies.
That's where the UFO appeared. Marcelo, can we make one appear? Force one to appear without moving. I say right here. Let me take a look at yes here.
This proves nothing, guys, but they are tests that I do for your interest. So for your entertainment, I asked it again.
Can the UFO appear from Marcelo? Shit me a brick.
Me, Marcelo, lights appear in my room when I was young, and I always had these objects around.
I heard a few of you thinking, well, of course he's just putting the fucking audio at the same time, but what if I'm not? I assure you I'm not.
Tell me. Just so happens that I do these tests in the sky. Every night that I film them, there's falling debris coming from the exact area where they're going towards.
But everyone thinks it's a big game. They don't believe someone on YouTube can expose an entire world, an entire government of lies. On the surface of the moon is no big game. If the governments, every single one of them, of every country on this bloody planet, say that there's nobody up there, and I'm filming an entire civilization,
Guess who the whistleblower is?
who are they? Here's what else is up there, and this is definitely what's bothering everyone. And especially you. Military pilots around the world throughout history have only been able to hit a couple of G-forces, right, with their jets. 9 G-force. I've yet to see someone hit 10. But yet these UFOs that I'm showing you right here are traveling at very high rates of speed. They're traveling at 100 Gs to 5,000 Gs. And there's no way in hell any humans are in there. But yet, the government mocks and ridicules each and every one of you, saying there's nothing up there. When the people find out about my research and exactly what I'm showing on the surface, like the astronaut that did not go to the moon, by the way, I showed for the first time a beautiful rectangle with energy sources inside and 6 to 12 lines leading off to Mons Argeas, which is a power energy source. They're producing energy up there on the moon.
Of course,
So you can think what you want of me and my research, but no matter what you think of me or my research or the moon. The truth is definitely out there. It's been exposed, and I'll continue to do so. The exclusive research that is seen only here has to get out to other people. And even though we are a small bunch to be able to witness this, I thank you.
Okay, I want to do a test now. I'm going to click on mute and with my microphone, and I want you to tell me quite simply if you all hear the audio of the video. So the audio of the video is there. I'm muting it now, a test for 5 seconds. Just let me know if there was a cut in the audio or if you still hear the video now. And now I'm unmuting it
Saying
and
there's
playing.
nothing up there.
So just let me know if you heard a dip in the audio or if it was clear the whole way through. Thanks everyone for listening. Anyway, guys, wow, we went through the 19 minutes of the video. I did not think it was going to be that fast. I mean, for me, it's fast. I know there's a lot of jumbled up information. Why is it so bright in the video here? Jesus, Murphy. Lots of jumbled up information that, let me close the blind here. It's a bit bright. There we go. Yeah, so what I meant by the jumbled up information is that there's lots of things that people hear, including me, that we don't always necessarily believe. But what I try to do here is bring all the information out that's in the news, and then we can talk amongst ourselves. And I don't even know why it's so bright here. It's pitch dark in my house right now, and I can just see lights. They follow me everywhere. So we're 157 watching, so thank you very much. Absolutely. That's what they're doing to me, Jason. Condensing my information. And thanks for those contributions, you guys, and for being here. As always, night vision cameras are so expensive in the UK, sadly. Expensive in the UK. They're damn expensive here, too. And maybe possibly more in certain countries, unfortunately, yes. Right on. So did you guys see a little dip in the audio at the start where it was quiet at the start. So that means when I press on mute, you guys cannot hear anything. All right. Thanks for that feedback. If one other person can let me know that. Thanks a lot. Are you here? I said I was quiet. Right on. I was quiet. Okay, Jason, thanks, man. That's exactly what I wanted to know. So it's because you see, you can share a video and you can share the audio of the video. But for some reason, the audio, I did such a good job on the audio and tried to place it. So you're just hearing it through the bloody microphone. I hope it didn't sound like shit. I hope it was clear. No audio, right on, Grip. So you guys confirmed it. Right on for everybody. Perfect. Thanks a lot, you guys. Right on, TETs. Yeah, I looked bright. I just looked bright. Looked like a light. Kazoo. Yeah, our little Kazoo had a couple of beers yesterday. He's quiet today. I saw a pride flag that was laying in the stairs on the way up, and I asked him where it was from, and he was just acting weird and stuff. So if I see him in a dress or something. It's expensive because they know most people can't afford this technology. Absolutely. Cecil, I hope you're feeling well, man. Yeah, and not just that, that's like the telescope. When the food prices started going up and everything, my telescope was already expensive. I paid a couple of years back in 2018, got it in 2019 at the beginning. It was exactly the CGXL with the HD was $9,999 US. And now it's 17,000 US. The one that I have. That's crazy. That means it's over $20,000. And with the Nikon D850 that I have in the back, my setup here is worth Canadian $35,000. I didn't even take the lens that came with the Nikon D850 because it was too expensive. Pay $5,000 for a lens, and the lens that they give you is Listen, 30, 40 millimeters, 50 millimeters, I don't even know. It's several thousands. The quality is exceptional, though. And you could zoom up. There's no limits of your zoom. As close as you want to get something. If you have a little marble in an image on a table, you could bring the image close, and it's not going to be like the P900 where you see everything faded out, right? Like those, like you people wanting to buy P1000s, listen, I have the P900 to do the sun. Plenty good, because I don't zoom up 2000 millimeters on the sun. It's ridiculous. I'd see the sunspot this big. It's not clear because it's 16 megapixels. And be careful, guys. The Nikon 1000 is still just 16 megapixels. So that means instead of being a blurry 2000 millimeters zoomed, now you're going to be a shitty blurry 3000 millimeters zoomed. I don't know what you'd be able to film at 3000 millimeters. Nothing. You're not going to ever be able to film anything at 3000 millimeters outwards, unless maybe a star. And don't fart or sneeze, because you're going to lose that real quick. The more you zoom in, the less you can move. That's a fact. Live in Ireland and got gifted 2 infrared cameras. That is awesome. Ireland, that's another place where my friend Luke lives, and David, and a couple of other of my friends. I heard there were lights there. I heard there's lots of people filming lights in that region for sure. Bull Terrier, dreams of a day. Thank you. Peace, my friend. Thanks a lot. How you feeling, Grip? As a matter of fact, everything in the UK is expensive. Yeah. Yes. Wow, Cecil, thank you, brother. Thanks, man. Yes, you go meow, then you go mute. That's right. Thanks, Cindy Lou. Hey, Susan, it is my pleasure. Thank you guys and gals for being here. Honestly, I'm clear when I'm not muted. Right on. Thank you, Jason. Thanks a lot, Cecil. And that's recent news, updated news. We heard of a metal fragment, but now Blink 182 with his organization who's into extraterrestrials. There's all these associations, right? And I'll say this a lot. Take it with a grain of salt, meaning when you're listening to someone talking on the MUFON platform, if you don't trust the MUFON platforms, you can still listen to the people talking. Often it's the conclusion afterwards. It's interesting to see what ufologists from the MUFON network say. And it's still very interesting. But, whether they are part of the secrecy, I'll tell you what, the Pentagon's involved with MUFON. You guys know that? When I went to the symposium, the International UFO big meetup in August 2021, definitely it was on a platform with the Pentagon. That's where my name was presented. So at least once my work was presented to the Pentagon. The Pentagon saw the UFO that landed in the yard, and I showed them the UFO fleet whizzing across the surface of the moon. It must have pissed them off. They took it down at the end of the show because they said there was not enough time, and they put it up afterwards when it went up afterwards. But during the live presentation, nobody saw me. Darla and a couple of you remember, they said, "Hi, everyone. My name is Bruce." 13 split seconds, I think, away from having my name being said. My face was there, though. If you look at the August 2021, it was televised and everything. It's on all the channels that you guys are always coming here, to share, saying it's a big channel. They talk about UFOs and everything. They all had it televised and everything. So people should have started coming to the channel and stuff, but they did not. And I did the interviews with Carole Lozé on her show Zone Parallèle on FM radio in Lévis, Quebec, and I got even less traffic and less views. But it's all part of the secrecy. David Grush didn't come out. Luis Elizondo didn't come out. Bob Lazar didn't even come out. So it's interesting that they're talking about metal fragments. Get ready. And of course, I know it's probably a diversion. Probably most of what we're hearing is a diversion. But boy, is it ever getting interesting. And it's getting more and more evident that the Pentagon is definitely lying through their teeth. I really want to thank everyone for having stopped by the stream. We have another stream tonight at 8:00, and I'll be jumping on with Jeff. Always interesting. Jeff and I talk about a whole bunch of stuff, paranormal. We'll talk about everything that's going on right now in the news, and of course, his new channel at the same time. So crystal clear, I could hear a barfly drop from across the lawn and over the neighbor's fence. Right on, my friend. Bye, Limey. Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. Well, that is crazy. I'm crazy, man. Thank you, Jules, for appreciating the video. That's right, Darla. Thanks a lot. Tonight, Jules either didn't hear an audio, so right on. 2 minutes lagging. Yes, I hear you. Yeah, we're going to get off here, but we had a good show, though. Thank you, Twitter. Thank you, Rumble. Well, thanks, YouTube, people that went over to Rumble. And to that guy that said he had a boner, you're blocked. People don't want to know that. That's good, Cecil. I'm happy to hear it, man. Right on. I hope it's because of some of the energy that some people in this community are sending. And trust me, some people are. Leah, if you are listening in on the sidelines, have an amazing day. Anika, if you're camping or if you're going to listen into this later, we love you. We miss you. David White, if you're listening in, have an amazing, relaxing afternoon. I know logistics and orientation. Obviously, Bruce has the nicest patch of lawn. Stay off the lawn. I'm telling you, I even have a landing site for UFOs on my lawn now. And boy, I tell you, Count Derpula, with the damn rain that we're getting here, the lawn, I'm cutting the lawn twice a week there. It's getting pretty ridiculous here. Got a book from the library about stone circles. Yes, very interesting. I love those. Ireland has hundreds. Yes, man, I know it. And I'm in the nest of it. UFOs fly over them. You there have to start taking pictures of that, man. Imagine the channel you would have. It's absolutely crazy. Yes. 3 weeks lagged, yeah. No one's more jet lagged than Bill Gates and Fauci and Trudeau. You know, they all get jet lagged because they like traveling around. Ban Kentucky Fried Chicken. They got rid of bacon and they have only halal meat. And there's no other chicken. It's all just for the halal. And the government in Ontario brought that in. So if ever you used to be a fan of KFC, KFC used to stand for Kentucky Fried Chicken. Now it's Kabul Fried Chicken. Just shooting that in there. Don't hurt the dog, nor wide the owner to the left. How much? All of it. Will make me laugh. Yeah. That's government Blink 182. No way. Cecil, you know how it is, right? Look, you got George Clooney, who's deciding to get rid of Joe Biden. What the hell is this shit show? Hollywood is real. That's right. Hollywood's in charge of everything in all the countries, and Hollywood are part of the actors. But you know what? Alex Jones talked a lot about actors, on-scene actors, right? Actors that go to terrorist groups and make movies. Remember all the videos back in the day where we'd see them all in the body bags in other countries where they were moving and looking at the camera and then hiding themselves. Yeah, people are pretty much awake, I think. Thank you, Darla. Before I get off here, are you still sub to the channel? YouTube is soft censoring many channels, and in my case, I am completely censored. Since February, my birthday, Darla, we have no subscribers here. So the subscribers are completely banned here. So that's why this channel gets supports. Trolls are dumb. Thank you, though. Mods, everyone that stops by the channel to help this channel grow, subscribe if you're not subscribed, like, comment, share, like Cecil and so many people are doing, sharing out the research. Thank you, and thanks for the generous contributions. I appreciate it. Bye, everyone. See you tonight, 8 o'clock Eastern.